Welcome in, everyone, to Picks and Parlays Bettors Edge. We've got Saturday football again blessing us here on this holiday weekend. And, of course, Craig is wearing his Bengals jersey. Now, mind you, he was not bold enough to wear that a couple of weeks ago. So I just want to say he was not always on his Bengals train. Just going to, throw that in there for you because he all of a sudden walked in here so confident today. And it's no wonder you did, because the Steelers look like, if there's a team who has no idea who they are and how to produce right now, it's the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I never thought I'd say that because they're always a team that gets above 500. My pick for this one, I will go ahead and just say it before I let Craig go on his rant, is the Bengals at -2.5. Even though earlier they lost to the Steelers by 6, this is a very different team right now. They no longer have Kenny Pickett. They are now inserting Mason Rudolph into the equation, which if he was your best backup option, you would have done that a long time ago. So this truly is not their best option. It's just their best option by default. So yes, I will say, with the Bengals winning 3 in a row and Browning looking at the camera saying they should have never cut me, I would be way more confident in your Bengals.
Well, Jake Browning would be your best quarterback, even if Kenny Pickett was the
true.
starter.
That's true. It wouldn't surprise me if they tried to work something out.
Jake Browning has been, he's surprised everybody, let's be honest. He's gotten cut. Like, when you guys get cut, there's a reason. It's like, he doesn't have the strongest arm. He does make quick decisions and good decisions, which you're going to need to do, because Pittsburgh, they're going to be desperate on defense. They're going to put a lot of pressure on him, and I think he's not going to have Jamar Chase in this game. So I do like the Bengals on the money line. I do see it at -125. It was a little higher early in the week. It came down a little bit. I would play it all the way up to about -140. I worry about, because these games, these AFC North games, funny bounces, missed extra points. Remember, I think it was it last year? The Bengals missed an extra point that went to overtime, and then Pittsburgh ended up beating them in overtime. It just weird stuff happens in the AFC North, especially Pittsburgh and Bengals. I've watched enough of them. I think you just take the money line here. I hate to say it, I think the best coach in this game is, for once, not in Pittsburgh, which is something because, he's been, I think, the best in the division for the last decade. So
I wouldn't worry about it. I wouldn't worry about taking the Bengals at all. I'm telling you, the Steelers are just all over the place. They're not talking kindly about each other in press conferences. They're not confident in one another. The coaching situation's all over the place. It's just an absolute dumpster fire. So Merry Christmas to Steelers fans. And now, hey, Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you guide us back to hopes tonight? Okay, the Buffalo Bills and the Los Angeles Chargers. Somebody who doesn't have to worry about their quarterback at this point in the season is the Buffalo Bills. This is the team that no one wants to play at this point. Now, note, the Bills were a 10.5-point favorite yesterday afternoon. Now today, this morning, when we're doing this, they are now a 12.5-point favorite. This is the Saturday night game. So what do you like here? Are you confident Josh Allen and the Bills? Would you lay that big of a total with them against the Chargers?
Well, I have a best bet in this game. It's on the total. So we won't talk about that, but we will talk about the side.
Okay.
And I do think, I'm not a 12.5 lay kind of guy. I use very, very few times. This is one of them. Brandon Staley, good riddance, I'm sure is what the Chargers fans are saying. But, Kellen Moore was offered the interim job. He said no. That tells you something.
Who wouldn't, about not wanting Justin Herbert as your franchise quarterback. Right. What's going on?
Right. Mm-hmm. It's just no. He's like, no, I don't want to. I'm guessing so he can maybe interview for other head coaching jobs without having to worry about, getting the team the last 3 or 4 weeks. But I just think there's not a whole lot going well in the Chargers. And this is a team that I had the over on the win total to start the year. Also thought they were a chance to win the AFC this year. I was completely wrong. Brandon Staley was terrible. This coaching staff is a mess. Backup quarterback last week. When you get beat, you let the Raiders score 60 plus.
63 points.
The Raiders the week before scored 0.
Yep. My under hit in that game, let me just tell you.
And the Bills, I always worry about teams getting up, and then well, guess what? The Bills can run the ball now. Cook has been really good. The Dallas Cowboys. Why does it
take them so long to figure that out every year?
If they would have just, that's the reason why they got rid of their offensive coordinator. They were not running the ball enough. I think this is going to be a run-heavy game, and they've been successful. I think they run it up. I think this is 20-plus point win.
Yeah, for some reason, the Bills every year, we know when they start to be successful, it's when they start to run the ball.
Yep.
But every year, it seems like early on, they just completely abandon the run, and then desperate times come in. All of a sudden, the run starts working again. Maybe that's their way to confuse the defenses here at this point.
I also think maybe it's like they want to get get their passing game going because they know late in the year it's going to be hard
Right.
to pass the ball with the Buffalo wind and cold. So maybe that's why. But, I mean, it's coming at the right time. I mean, it's not too late. This team wins out. They're going to get in.
Yeah, the thing that I like in this one is the Bills' first half -6.5. I really do like, I do like the Buffalo Bills in the first half here. The Bills have led by over this in the first half in each of their last 4 games. So they're getting this momentum early. I think also being with the situation that the Chargers are in right now with not having good leadership, I think this could get out of hand pretty quickly. And I think Josh Allen and the Bills are going to look to sort of put this one away and get themselves gliding into the second half of this game, and better yet, prepare themselves for the rest of the season and hopefully what's to come in the playoffs for themselves. This is Picks and Parlays Bettors Edge. Let's just blur this out over here. I have the editing power. I'm Hannah Mears. That's Craig Trapp. If you want more, make sure you head over to that Picks and Parlays app.